College legend, lottery pick, white shooter. This isn't a video about Larry Bird. He saw the title. This video is about Adam Morrison, a man whose pro comp was Larry, a college superstar who never pounded in the league, not even get past his rookie contract. Was it his fault, or did bad luck and mismanagement send his career off the rails? Adam got into basketball at an early age because his father, John Morrison, was a basketball coach. And when Adam Morrison was in the 4th grade, his father quit and they moved to Spokane, Washington, a place Adam would call home for most of his life. After high school, he committed to local school Gonzaga, and throughout his college journey, he went from a role player to a superstar. In his freshman season, he averaged 11-4. He made the All-West Coast Conference freshman team, and he played in March. However, his main flaws were his three-point shooting ability and playmaking, as he averaged damn near a 1-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. During March Madness, Gonzaga played the 15th seeded Valparaiso Beacons, and as expected, they blew them out 76-49. But when they played 10th seeded Nevada, they got their shit rocked in an unexpected blowout, 91-72. This was a terrible loss, but Adam played great, putting up 14 off the bench, showing his superstar potential. His season was over, but now with a bunch of his teammates graduating, he had a chance to show the world the superstar he was. When his sophomore season started, he took a leap not only in basketball ability, but in playing time as well, going from 21 minutes to 34 minutes a game. His points per game rose from 11 to 19. However, while his 2-point percentage took a noticeable hit with the small pause that his 3-point percentage and free throw percentage took small leaps, his passing became much better, averaging double the assist with only 0.5 more turnovers per game. The season was amazing for him, as he was all West Coast Conference and won the West Coast Conference tournament along with the MVP of that tourney. The Bulldogs were once again playing in March. They were the 3 seed, and in the round of 64, they faced the 14th seeded Winthrop Eagles. The Bulldogs got by with Adams' efficient 27-6-5. In the round of 32, they played the 6th seeded Texas Tech, and at halftime they were up by 9. All they needed to do was to hold on. That did not happen. With 13:40 left in the second half, Dirk Ravino, Gonzaga guard, hit a 3 to go up 54-46. The next time they scored was with 9 minutes and 18 seconds left, where Adam Morrison splits the pair of 3 throws. The score is now tied, 55-55. The game is close until the last minute, 68 Tech, 67 Gonzaga. Tech's Jarius Jackson gets fouled and splits the free throws. After a timeout, with 12 seconds left, Adam Morrison shoots a 3. Unfortunately for Gonzaga, he misses the shot, and Texas Tech makes their free throws, meaning that the season is over for Gonzaga. With rumors of him leaving to the NBA, he made it clear he was coming back for one last year with Gonzaga. In his sophomore year, he had 11 20-point games, while in his junior year, he had 23 20-point games. He had 12 30-point games and 5 40-point games. He led the nation in scoring with 28 points per game. Along with his scoring output, he was consensus All-American, West Coast Conference Player of the Year, and second voting for the Wooden Award, which, if you're not too familiar with college basketball, it's the MVP of college basketball. Along with that, he was voted Player of the Year by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. His breakout campaign had him viewed as a top 5 draft pick in the 2006 draft. The Bulldogs were similarly dominant to Adam, with a record of 20-3, sorry Falcons fans, only losing to Washington, who had 4 future NBA draft picks, led by Brandon Roy, Memphis, who had 6 future NBA draft picks on the roster, and UConn with 5, led by Rudy Gay. With a dominant individual and team season, the goal was to win March Madness. They obviously won the West Coast Conference, and as a 3 seed, they played the 14th seeded Xavier Musketeers, and they surprisingly won by a tight contest by the skin of their teeth, 79-75, with all credit going to Adam Morrison, who emptied the clip and dropped 35 to head to the round of 32. Gonzaga played next the 6th seeded Indiana Hoosiers, and they won 90-80, which was odd considering the stakes. Adam had his worst game all season, shooting 5 of 17 and only dropping 14 points. But then it makes sense when you realize 5 of his teammates shot 10 plus points. Now, for the first time in Adam's college career, he's in the Sweet 16. The bad news is they had to face the heavily favored 2006 UCLA team. Gonzaga was the Vegas underdogs, and it doesn't help the 2006 UCLA team was stacked, having 3 future first-round picks play there: Darren Collison, Aaron Aflalo, and Jordan Farmar, with future NBA player Luka Mbah starting as well. There's going to be an uphill battle for Adam Morrison and the Bulldogs to get into the Elite Eight. Gonzaga actually started off great, leading by 17 points at one point. At a halftime, they were up 49-32. But like the game against Texas Tech a year prior, it all fell apart for Morrison and the Bulldogs, who suffered one of the more brutal collapses in March Madness history. 50 Gonzaga, 40 UCLA. 15 minutes left. 59-47, 10 minutes left. 69-59, 5 minutes left. The next 4 minutes, Gonzaga only scores 2 points while UCLA scores 7. The Bruins went on a run, cutting it down to a 5-point game. With a minute left, UCLA's Jordan Farmar hits a floater to make it a 3-point game. On the other end, Adam Morrison misses a step-back mid-range shot. And then Ryan Hollins, UCLA center, gets fouled and splits his free throws. 71 Gonzaga, 70 UCLA. 19 seconds left. Morrison, facing a double on the corner, passed it to center JP Batista, who then receives a double and turns it over. Jordan Farmar, who stole the ball, passed it to a wide-open Luka Mbah in the paint, who makes the layup and takes the lead for UCLA, 72-71. The Bulldogs had one last chance to win, but Gonzaga's point guard, Derek Ravino, dribbled the ball up the court and turned it over. The Bruins won 73-71, with JP Batista missing a no-dip mid-range shot at the buzzer after a Hail Mary quarterback pass to him. Adam Morrison famously cried on the court after this all-time great collapse, being one of the main memories the public has of him from his basketball career. Gonzaga's March Madness hopes ended along with Morrison's collegiate career. Now it's draft season of 06, and Morrison was stamped as a top 5 pick, with most drafts saying he'd either go to 3 to the newly minted Charlotte Bobcats or to 4 by the Portland Trail Blazers. When draft day occurred, Wednesday, June 20th, 2006.
With the third pick in the 2006 NBA draft, the Charlotte Bobcats select Adam Morrison from Gonzaga University.
The Charlotte Bobcat took the Gonzaga product, notably over future All-Stars like Rajon Rondo, Paul Millsap, Kyle Lowry, and fellow Washington athlete Brandon Roy, along with a couple of longtime NBA vets like JJ Redick, the man voted as the best player in college over Adam. But this video isn't about any of those guys. Adam stepped into a not amazing situation, but not really a terrible one either. He had a bunch of decent young teammates like Emeka Okafor, Gerald Wallace, and Raymond Felton. Adam started his first season of his career playing 30 minutes a game, and he averaged 12, 13, and 2. Which sounds great for a rookie, but if you were to look at his shooting splits, they were terrible. He shot 39% from 2, 33% from 3, and his true shooting was in the 9th percentile. Along with the fact that when he was on the court, the team was 6.2 net points worse per 100 possessions than when he was off the court. He was one of the worst defenders in the sport, being in the 2nd percentile in terms of daily defensive plus-minus. He scored a decent amount of points per game, but his rookie year, he was a zero-way shot attempter. That being said, he was all rookie second team and was 4th in Rookie of the Year voting, so there's no reason to give up hope now. As long as Adam keeps progressing through his NBA career, he'd be a great player at some point. And now, we reach the high point of his NBA career. Yep, his rookie season. As in the preseason of 2007-2008, Luke Walton, yes, that Luke Walton, crossed up Morrison, and Adam fell to the floor.
None in the 4th, 6 points, 2 of 5 from the floor. Luke, oh boy, you hear the scream of Adam Morrison.
It was found out that Adam Morrison tore his ACL, ending not only his sophomore season, but his career in general. He missed the entire 07-08 season, and when Adam got back to being healthy in 2008-2009, he was just a bench player. He averaged 4 points a game while being one of the worst defensive players in the sport. He genuinely couldn't get any stocks at all. And the advanced stats back it up too. When he was on the court, he had a negative 13.2 net on-off swing. And by the deadline, the Bobcats knew he was never going to be a star. So they traded him and Shannon Brown to the Lakers for big man Vladimir Radmanovic. And to be honest, I don't really think I need to talk about his basketball career further. He only played 5 minutes a game in 2009 and 7 minutes a game in 2010. It's notable that he won back-to-back championships with the Lakers, but after winning his second ring in 2010, his NBA career was over as he never played a single minute again. He was signed by the Wizards in 2010, before being cut in training camp, and then he signed with the Blazers in 2012 to be cut again in training camp. The last time he played basketball professionally was in Serbia and Turkey, before calling it a playing career. And now to answer a question you might have, what is Adam Morrison doing now? He still lives in Spokane, Washington, and he's a podcast called The Perimeter. He is still connected to his alma mater, being on the radio calling every Gonzaga basketball game. Adam Morrison is a conflicting legacy. Some people know him as an all-time draft bust, while others know him as the kid who cried after losing. Even worse, some people might know him as the guy that's musty. But I know him as a college legend. But to be honest, without the injury, I still think he would have been a bust. All the metrics say he couldn't score or play defense. Even without NBA success, though, his legacy will be an all-time great college scorer. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll post again soon. Thanks for watching.